Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. A couple of weeks ago, I helped a gentleman do this for somebody, and he asked me not to use it for a video. So I've taken a different helicopter and a different name and just using the word amulet. And they were going to engrave it on I'm going to look at these and see which one's better. I'm going to go with this one. So they're going to engrave it on a coffee mug. So you only have two colors. The base color that's going to be black or blue, and then the color underneath it. A lot of people might not be aware of laserable coffee mugs that engrave white after you engrave them. They're pretty cool. They're one of the easiest things you can do. But anyway, and he wants the word, or he wanted the word in, like right in there, and he wanted this. But you can't just laser engrave this because it's not going to work. So what we're going to do first, we're going to take a left click, right click, and get an outline of the helicopter. And this is actually a white background behind there, so there's something there. We're going to go to object order, back a page, and you can see there's a white background. So what I'm going to do is take, I don't know if this is even broken apart, 11 objects, so it is. So I'm going to make the red black, and even, well, I'm not going to, let's see, let me think about this. And I'm going to make the white not there, so I'm going to right click. Well, evidently it's the whole thing. Let's move that out of the way. Okay, there's the red. Let me go, where did I move it to? And what I'm going to have to do is make my box larger so I can see stuff when I move it. And we're going to move that red out of the way. Wow. Let me change my nudge factor. Let me see how big this is. It's, let's go with 2 inches. Let's get this red. The white might be a entire background. So we're going to move it over, and no, it's just a line. So probably the safest thing to do would just be to delete this. Whoop. And just kind of start over. But we are going to have to delete the snake itself, or not delete it, but make it different. So I'm going to move it over off the helicopter. So I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to draw a rectangle around it, and I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to take the snake, and I'm going to do it in red. So let's don't do it in red. Let's do it in blue so you can see it. So there's what we want. So I'm going to get all the parts that make up the snake and the whatever that kind of pole is. And it's perfect because it actually has a eye already in it. So we're going to go ahead and turn it black. And then what we're going to do is take this rectangle and use the Smart Fill tool, fill that in. And then we're going to fill that in. And I'm actually going to move it over to the left. So now we have that shape. And I'm going to left click, right click. So you can't just engrave that on, so if you make the helicopter black, you can't have any black lines. So what I'm suggesting, or I actually did it for him, I'm going to go to Effects in Contour, and I'm going to contour the outside. 0.1 might be too much, but I'm going to go 3 steps. Yep, it's way too much. So I'm going to go like 0.02. That's pretty good. Now let's go ahead and put the snake in the middle. That is going to be, that's going to be the part that's going to be engraved. And then I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool, and because we made 3, I want to make that black. So that will engrave. But I'm going to leave those red lines there because what's going to happen when I Smart Fill this, but I will change it back when I put my letters in there. That's what it's going to look like. You're going to have a black ring, but it's going to actually be a white ring. So everything in black is going to be white, and everything that's white is going to be black, if you can kind of get that part. So this is going to engrave the white. This will be black like the, because it's not being touched. And then this will be the helicopter will be white. So we've got that done. I'm going to take away the smart fill and I'm going to bring in ambulance, the word ambulance. He actually had another name. So what I would suggest in something like this, kind of make it look cool, I'm going to left click, right click, and we're going to take the smart fill tool, set on black, and we're going to fill this in. Then when we take the smart fill tool and fill this in, and it'll really look better. Let me get rid of this. When we take it and take away the lines. So that's what it's going to look like. Well, I made one mistake. I need to fill in that part and that part. Now let's take away the lines. Now this is just my suggestion to do this, because that if he had it like that, where part of the name, I mean, that looks pretty cool. And I hope I'm getting a theory through about the black and the white, because everything you black, everything is, so I want to go object order, back of page. So you can see that everything yellow is not going to be touched by the engraver. So this is going to engrave and it's going to be white. This is going to be white, but this will be black. This will be black and this will be white. It'll make it really stand out. Anyway, I hope that made a little bit of sense, and thank you for watching. And you could actually put you could add windows in here. I might even just play with that. Let's take away the outline, or take away the fill, because his actually had windows. So what you could do to make a window, be a little side gig here. Let's take a 2-point line and just go from there to there. And we need to close this off. And let's make a divider between the windows. And if I was doing this for real, I'd change that a little bit. Now let's take the Smart Fill tool and I'm going to nudge that over. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and select both of them. I'm going to left click, right click, have an outline. And we're going to either have to group, well, we can group them together, Control G, group them together, and then you can contour them both. So I'm going to go to Effects and Contour. I've already got it open, but this time I'm going to go to the inside just one time. I need to go to the inside. I'm going to go like 0.04. And then take your Smart Fill tool. Let's get rid of these lines. That might be a little easier said than done. And let's take the Smart Fill tool and fill this in, put them back, and then take away the fill and add an outline. Let's get rid of this. So now I could have contoured a little bit more. Whoop. Now when we fill this in with the Smart Fill tool, the windows will not fill in. We need to make the windows a little thicker, but you get the idea. And I think it's going to add to it. And I would, if you contoured them quite a bit more, it would be pretty nice. You go in with the windows that big. Anyway, I hope that helps somebody someday, and thank you for watching.